Welcome to another VeChain update. So I'm not sure if we bottomed in the second wave right here. I mean, we did get to the 50% extension of the low and the high of this first wave move up, but I mean, the move that we got after that does not really look that impulsive. So yeah, I cannot confirm that we have actually bottomed, but I mean, this does look like an ABC, so maybe we did. But it could also be the case that we are in a much larger ABC structure. So maybe this is actually the A wave, and we'll get a B wave, and then a C wave before we actually go in this third wave right here. I mean, yeah, this could also be the case. Do I want to see that? Well, not really, because it would mean we'll get actually like a month of just boring price action, and I do not really want to see that. And I do not want the price to stay below the bull market support band for another month. I think that would be bearish, so let's hope we do not get that larger ABC structure, but I mean right now, to confirm that we'll not get that, I need a break above this previous high right here at about 0.0335 cents. Until we break above that, I cannot confirm that we have bottomed in the second wave right here. I mean, like I said, we did get to the 50% extension, but that does not confirm anything if we do not get a bounce to the upside after we bottom. So yeah, to remind you of what my third wave target is, it's basically, I mean, maybe I should put the 2.272 level as well on the chart. So I want to see the price get to maybe this region right here in the third wave, but I mean, it could get above the 2.618 and maybe even to the 4.618 before getting a fourth and a fifth wave right here to finish the first wave of the main third wave right here. So we are still early, in my opinion. There's still a lot of time left of this cycle, and yeah, I mean, there is potential for VeChain to go up a lot in this cycle. So yeah, I mean, of course, that's not financial advice. You should do your own research, but in my opinion, at least, there is potential. Now let's look at the long term. So I believe this right here was a first wave move to the upside, a main first wave move to the upside, and we could have bottomed right here in the second wave. We have an ABC down, so yeah, but I mean, it could also be the case that we are in a much larger ABC structure. So maybe this is actually the A wave, and then we'll get a B wave and a C wave, which will, I mean, if we do get that, then we'll be very close to the invalidation point, and I do not want to see that. And to confirm that we will not get something like this, I again need to see a break above this high right here, let's say 0.055 cents. So until we break above that, yeah, I cannot confirm that the second wave is actually in, because this could be a corrective rally and then we could get another low, which would be pretty devastating in my opinion. So yeah, let's hope the price actually does something, and let's hope it does not fail. Moving on to the daily chart, I mean, the RSI right now is below the yellow line, which is not really surprising. I mean, we are in a correction right now, so I expect it to go above it maybe this week if the second wave low right here is in. If it does not manage to get above it this week, then we'll most likely get another low in the second wave, and maybe we'll go to the 0.618, like I said, before we actually bounced in the third wave. And yeah, I mean, this chart is looking good, and on the weekly we are actually above the yellow line on the RSI, which is a good sign. And I mean, this might mean that we are about to go in the third wave, because usually when we get above the yellow line, it's a bullish sign. I mean, we have not been above it in a long time, if you do not count this right here. And this, I mean, this right here could look very similar to what we have right now. So if we do not manage to, let's say, close the next 2 weeks above the yellow line, then we might get something like here. And that, in my opinion, would not really be that bullish. But you also have to keep in mind that we broke this trend line right here, as you can see. And yeah, this is a good sign. It means things are changing. And going on the monthly chart, let's actually check the RSI. So the month is almost over. I'm recording this on July 29th. So it looks like we'll close above the yellow line on the monthly chart, which is a good sign, because if we do that, then we'll most likely explode to the upside in the next, let's say, few months. And that could be very, very bullish. Also, check this out. On the monthly, we are actually at an RSI of like 47. And I mean, the last time we were at an RSI of like 47 in this previous cycle right here, the price was like 0.009 cents. And from this to where we are now, we are up like 200%, which is a good sign. And this could be an indicator that we'll get a new all-time high in this cycle, which would go very well with my Elliott wave count and my bull market top prediction of around 46 to maybe 75 cents. Now, something that I want to talk about, in the previous cycle, I do not really see a 5-wave move to the upside. I mean, this was a first wave move to the upside, then a second wave, and this was the third wave. And then we got a fourth, and we did not manage to get a fifth, which might be bearish because you cannot really count this chart as a 1, 2, and maybe 3 setup. And I mean, unlike other altcoins, this chart does not really have, like I said, 5 waves here, which could be bearish, but it could also mean nothing. And I mean, let's say we repeat what happened in this cycle. Let's say we only get 3 waves in this cycle. Would that be bearish? Well, I mean, that is pretty much up to you to decide, because in my opinion, the third wave could get to, let's say, the 100% extension or even the 1.618 before going in a fourth and then trying to go in a fifth wave. So if we do copy exactly what happened here, we could top in the third wave right here, and then, yeah, the fourth wave could maybe bottom somewhere around here, and then we could try getting a fifth wave and we'll not be able to, and then, yeah, that's going to be the end of the bull market. But maybe this cycle is different. I mean, maybe we'll get 5 waves up. I actually don't know right now, and I cannot confirm that we'll do that until we can at least get to the third wave target zone. I mean, at least in this target region right here. So, yeah. Also, just wanted to let you know that silver and gold Patreons now have access to my TradingView charts. And if you want to check out my charts, and I mean all of my charts that I cover on the channel, you can now do that as a Patreon. So if you're interested in that, make sure to check it out. You also get 2 exclusive Patreon videos each month, and as a gold Patreon, you even get to recommend an altcoin and we cover it for you. So if you're interested in that, make sure to, again, check it out. Anyways, back to the chart. So it looks bullish right now, but like I said, if we get below the 0.013 cents level right here, that will most likely mean that the bull market is over for VeChain. So keep this in mind. We should not go below this level right here. This is the bear market low of this cycle. If we do go below this level, then, I mean, you can expect the price to maybe drop to these levels right here. And that would not really be bullish in my opinion. So yeah, hopefully we do not break down. I mean, it does not look like we will, but it could always happen. I mean, this is an altcoin after all. And as you know, altcoins are way more volatile than, let's say, Bitcoin or normal stocks. So there's always the chance that the price just fails and the chart just dies. It will probably not die overnight. I mean, that's not that possible in my opinion. But there's always the possibility that the price just dies in the next 3 months. Now, I'm not saying that it will happen, and I don't see it happening, honestly, but you always have to be aware of that. You cannot just expect the price to keep pumping to the upside. So, I mean, I'm not saying that VeChain will do this, but there are some other altcoins that I do not want to name that have very, very bad looking charts. For example, I said I don't want to name one, but Gala, for example, has a very, very bad looking chart, and I'm not really bullish on this chart because it had 3 waves to the upside in the previous cycle, just like VeChain. And I mean, right now we are in the second wave correction, I guess. and maybe we'll get a third wave to the upside. But yeah, I mean, it's very, very questionable because it only got 3 waves in the previous cycle before going in the bear market low. And I mean, VeChain pretty much did the same thing. So yeah, let's hope we can get 5 waves, because if we do not, then I don't see the chart going anywhere. Anyways, that's all I have for today. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.